Chioma and James stood amidst the desolation of Umuika Village, their hands entwined amidst the wreckage of their once vibrant kingdom. The stench of smoke and the echoes of battle still lingered in the air, a haunting reminder of the fierce conflict that had ravaged their land. Buildings lay in ruins, their shattered walls bearing witness to the ferocity of the struggle. Yet, amidst the devastation, Chioma and James remained unbroken, their spirits unbowed by the chaos that surrounded them. As they surveyed the destruction before them, Chioma felt a surge of determination coursing through her veins. Though the kingdom lay in ruins, she refused to surrender to despair. With James by her side, she knew they would rebuild, brick by brick, until Umuika Village stood proud once more. It would be a long and arduous journey, but Chioma was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, as long as she had James by her side. James's grip tightened around Chioma's hand, his eyes filled with a fierce determination. "We will rebuild," he declared, his voice a low rumble in the silence. "Together, we will rise from the ashes and rebuild our kingdom, stronger than ever before." Chioma nodded, her own resolve matching his. With one final glance at the ruins around them, they turned towards the horizon, where the first light of dawn was beginning to break through the darkness. It was a sign of hope amidst the despair, a promise of a new beginning. In the aftermath of the battle, Chioma turned her attention to tending to James's wounds. What had initially appeared as minor injuries soon revealed themselves to be far more severe than they had anticipated. Bruises blossomed across James's skin like dark flowers, and blood seeped from deep gashes, evidence of the brutality of the conflict they had endured. With each passing day, Chioma watched helplessly as James's condition worsened. His once strong and vibrant spirit seemed to wane with each labored breath, his strength slowly ebbing away like the tide retreating from the shore. Despite her best efforts to ease his suffering, Chioma felt a cold knot of fear settling in the pit of her stomach as she realized that her beloved James was slipping away from her, his life hanging by a thread. Desperation clawed at Chioma's heart as she tended to James day and night, her mind racing with fears of losing him. She sought out healers and remedies, scouring every corner of the kingdom for any semblance of hope. Yet, despite her tireless efforts, James's condition continued to deteriorate, his once lively eyes growing dim with each passing moment. Each night, Chioma found herself kneeling beside James's bed, her hands clasped tightly in prayer as she begged the gods for mercy. But the heavens remained silent, their indifference weighing heavily on her soul. It was in those moments of desperation that Chioma felt the full weight of her powerlessness, the cruel reality of her inability to save the man she loved threatening to consume her whole. As James's condition grew more dire, Chioma's desperation reached new heights. She turned to the ancient texts and scrolls, seeking any knowledge that might offer a glimmer of hope. But the answers remained elusive, hidden behind cryptic symbols and forgotten prophecies. In the quiet of the night, Chioma would sit by James's bedside, her heart heavy with worry as she whispered words of comfort into the darkness. She longed to see him smile again, to hear his laughter ringing through the halls of their home. But with each passing day, the light within James seemed to fade, leaving behind only a hollow shell of the man he once was. With tears streaming down her cheeks, Chioma vowed to do whatever it took to save James from the grip of death. She would scour the ends of the earth if she had to, risking everything for the chance to bring him back from the brink. Desperation clawed at Chioma's heart as she tended to James day and night, her mind racing with fears of losing him. She sought out healers and remedies, scouring every corner of the kingdom for any semblance of hope. Yet, despite her tireless efforts, James's condition continued to deteriorate, his once lively eyes growing dim with each passing moment. Each night, Chioma found herself kneeling beside James's bed, her hands clasped tightly in prayer as she begged the gods for mercy. But the heavens remained silent, their indifference weighing heavily on her soul. It was in those moments of desperation that Chioma felt the full weight of her powerlessness, the cruel reality of her inability to save the man she loved threatening to consume her whole. As the days stretched on, Chioma's resolve only grew stronger. She refused to accept defeat, clinging to the hope that somewhere, somehow, there was a cure for James's ailment. With a steely determination, she set out once more, determined to leave no stone unturned in her quest for salvation. As James's condition grew more dire, Chioma's desperation reached new heights. She turned to the ancient texts and scrolls, seeking any knowledge that might offer a glimmer of hope. But the answers remained elusive, hidden behind cryptic symbols and forgotten prophecies. In the quiet of the night, Chioma would sit by James's bedside, her heart heavy with worry as she whispered words of comfort into the darkness. She longed to see him smile again, to hear his laughter ringing through the halls of their home. But with each passing day, the light within James seemed to fade, leaving behind only a hollow shell of the man he once was. With tears streaming down her cheeks, Chioma vowed to do whatever it took to save James from the grip of death. She would scour the ends of the earth if she had to, risking everything for the chance to bring him back from the brink. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, a whispered rumor reached Chioma's ears. Tales spoke of a legendary healer, a figure shrouded in mystery and myth, who possessed the power to defy even death itself. Though skeptical at first, Chioma clung to the faint glimmer of hope that this healer might hold the key to saving James. With renewed determination, Chioma set out on a perilous journey to find the elusive healer, her heart pounding with anticipation and fear. She knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, but she refused to let anything stand in the way of saving the man she loved. As she journeyed deeper into the unknown, Chioma encountered obstacles and challenges that tested her courage and resolve. She braved raging rivers and dense forests, her determination unyielding in the face of adversity. Yet, with each obstacle overcome, she grew stronger, her faith in James and their love burning brighter than ever before. Along the way, Chioma encountered strangers and allies alike, each one offering guidance or assistance in their own way. Some shared tales of the legendary healer, pointing her in the direction of hidden paths and secret trails. Others offered words of encouragement or acts of kindness, their support bolstering her spirits as she ventured further into the unknown. Despite the hardships she faced, Chioma refused to lose hope. She knew that with each passing step, she drew closer to the healer who might hold the key to saving James. And so, with determination burning brightly in her heart, she pressed on, her eyes fixed firmly on the horizon. With determination burning in her heart, Chioma embarked on her journey to find the legendary healer, her footsteps echoing in the silence of the wilderness. She traversed rugged terrain and treacherous paths, her every step bringing her closer to her goal. Along the way, she encountered strangers and allies alike, their stories weaving together to form a tapestry of hope and despair. Despite the dangers that lurked around every corner, Chioma pressed on, her resolve unshakable. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but she refused to let fear or doubt deter her from her mission. With each passing day, her determination grew, fueled by the love she bore for James and the hope that burned brightly in her heart. As she journeyed deeper into the wilderness, Chioma found herself faced with challenges that tested her strength and resilience. She battled fierce storms and hungry predators, her every survival instinct kicking into overdrive. Yet, despite the obstacles that stood in her way, she refused to waver from her path. Along the way, Chioma encountered moments of unexpected beauty amidst the chaos of the wilderness. She marveled at the sight of a rainbow stretching across the sky after a fierce storm, its vibrant colors a stark contrast to the dark clouds that loomed overhead. She paused to admire the delicate beauty of a flower blooming in the midst of a barren landscape, its petals unfurling like a silent promise of hope. With each passing mile, Chioma felt a sense of purpose driving her forward. She knew that every step brought her closer to the healer who might hold the key to saving James. And though the journey ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, she refused to let anything stand in the way of her mission. As Chioma journeyed deeper into the unknown, she faced trials and tribulations that tested her courage and resolve. She braved raging rivers and dense forests, her determination unyielding in the face of adversity. Yet, with each obstacle overcome, she grew stronger, her faith in James and their love unwavering. The path ahead was fraught with danger, but Chioma pressed on, her every step fueled by the hope of saving James. She encountered challenges that pushed her to her limits, testing her physical strength and mental fortitude. But with each trial she faced, Chioma refused to falter, drawing strength from the love she bore for James. Along the way, Chioma encountered allies who offered aid and guidance in her quest. She met travelers with tales of their own, each one sharing wisdom and knowledge that helped her navigate the treacherous terrain. Some offered supplies and provisions to aid her journey, while others shared stories of the healer she sought, offering clues to his whereabouts. Despite the hardships she faced, Chioma remained steadfast in her resolve. She knew that every obstacle she overcame brought her one step closer to saving James. And though the road ahead was long and arduous, she refused to let anything stand in her way. As the days turned into weeks, Chioma pressed on, her determination unwavering in the face of adversity. She knew that the journey ahead would not be easy, but she refused to give up hope. With each passing mile, she drew closer to the healer who might hold the key to saving James, her heart filled with the certainty that their love would see them through. Through the trials and tribulations, Chioma's resolve remained unyielding. She endured the scorching heat of the sun and the biting chill of the night, her determination burning bright like a guiding flame in the darkness. Every step forward was a testament to her unwavering love for James, a beacon of hope illuminating the path ahead. As she journeyed deeper into the heart of the wilderness, Chioma encountered challenges that tested her in ways she never thought possible. She faced ferocious beasts and cunning adversaries, each encounter a battle for survival. Yet, with every obstacle overcome, she emerged stronger, her spirit unbroken by the trials she faced. Along the way, Chioma found solace in the beauty of the world around her. She marveled at the majesty of towering mountains and the serenity of crystal-clear lakes, finding peace amidst the chaos of her journey. In the quiet moments of reflection, she allowed herself to remember the love she shared with James, drawing strength from the memories they had created together. Despite the dangers that lurked around every corner, Chioma pressed on, her determination unwavering. She knew that every step brought her closer to her goal, closer to the healer who held the key to saving James. And though the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, she refused to let fear or doubt deter her from her mission. As the days turned into weeks, Chioma's determination only grew stronger. She pushed herself to the limit, driven by the love she bore for James and the hope that burned brightly in her heart. And though the journey ahead was long and perilous, she knew that as long as she held onto that flicker of hope, she would find a way to save the man she loved. In her quest for the legendary healer, Chioma stumbled upon a hidden sanctuary deep within the wilderness. The air was heavy with the scent of herbs and incense, and shadows danced across the walls like ghosts in the moonlight. As she stepped cautiously into the chamber, a figure emerged from the darkness, their features obscured by the dim light. The healer's voice was soft and soothing, their words filled with promises of salvation and redemption. They spoke of ancient remedies and secret incantations, offering hope to those who had lost all hope. But beneath the surface, Chioma sensed a darkness lacking, a hidden truth that threatened to shatter the fragile illusion of hope. With a sinking feeling in the pit of her stomach, Chioma realized that not all was as it seemed. The healer's words were laced with deceit, their intentions shrouded in mystery and deception. Yet, despite her misgivings, Chioma knew that she could not turn back now. She had come too far to give up hope, and so, with a steady resolve, she stepped further into the healer's sanctuary, her heart braced for whatever trials lay ahead. As Chioma delved deeper into the sanctuary, she found herself ensnared in a web of deception woven by a cunning sorcerer. What had begun as a quest for salvation had quickly turned into a battle for survival as Chioma fought to break free from the sorcerer's clutches. The sorcerer's presence loomed large in the chamber, his dark aura suffocating Chioma like a heavy blanket. She could feel his eyes boring into her, probing her soul for weaknesses to exploit. Yet, despite the overwhelming sense of dread that washed over her, Chioma refused to cower in fear. With a steely resolve, Chioma squared her shoulders and met the sorcerer's gaze head-on. She knew that she was outmatched, but she refused to let that deter her from her mission. James's life hung in the balance, and Chioma would stop at nothing to save him from the clutches of death. As the sorcerer's laughter echoed through the chamber, Chioma felt a surge of anger rising within her. How dare he mock her pain and suffering? How dare he stand in the way of her quest to save James? With a defiant cry, Chioma unleashed a barrage of spells and incantations, her every movement fueled by the strength of her love. She could feel the power coursing through her veins, a raw and primal force that threatened to consume her whole. But she welcomed it with open arms, channeling it into her magic with unwavering determination. For hours, Chioma and the sorcerer battled, their spells colliding in a dazzling display of light and shadow. But in the end, it was Chioma's love for James that proved to be her greatest weapon. With one final burst of energy, she unleashed a devastating spell that sent the sorcerer reeling, his dark magic crumbling like a house of cards. As the dust settled, Chioma stood victorious, her chest heaving with exertion. She had overcome the sorcerer's trap, but her journey was far from over. With a renewed sense of purpose, she set her sights on finding the legendary healer, knowing that only he could save James from the brink of death. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded away, Chioma's heart raced with a mixture of relief and trepidation. She had emerged victorious from her encounter with the sorcerer, but the true extent of his deception had yet to be revealed. With cautious steps, Chioma approached the fallen sorcerer, her senses alert for any sign of danger. As she drew closer, she could see the flicker of life in his eyes, a defiant spark that refused to be extinguished. With a heavy sigh, Chioma knelt beside the sorcerer, her voice tinged with weariness. "Why?" she demanded, her words echoing in the stillness of the chamber. "Why did you try to deceive me? What do you gain from this charade?" The sorcerer's laughter filled the air, a hollow sound that sent shivers down Chioma's spine. "You are but a pawn in a much larger game, my dear," he replied, his voice dripping with malice. "I merely sought to test your resolve, to see if you were truly worthy of the power you seek." Chioma's brow furrowed in confusion as she tried to make sense of the sorcerer's words. What game was he playing at, and what role did she play in his twisted scheme? Before she could demand answers, however, the sorcerer's form began to waver, his body dissolving into a cloud of dark smoke. With a final taunting laugh, he vanished into thin air, leaving Chioma alone in the chamber once more. As the gravity of the sorcerer's deception sunk in, Chioma felt a surge of anger rising within her. How dare he toy with her emotions, using her love for James as a weapon against her? She vowed to uncover the truth behind the sorcerer's twisted game, no matter the cost. With a renewed sense of determination, Chioma set her sights on finding the legendary healer, knowing that only he could save James from the brink of death. And though the road ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, she refused to let anything stand in the way of her mission.